favorite.
The doors loom above you, one step closer to the Council, one step closer to Divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
We're finally here, on the doorstep of Divinity. Merits a word, doesn't it? After all, only one of us can become the new Divine. But don't worry, I won't stand in your way. From the moment you came back for me on that ship, I knew you were special. You've proven it time and again.
She kisses you on the cheek.
You will be the new Divine. I will remain myself. All I ever wanted, really.
Rosa is pale and damp with sweat, but something has changed in her eyes. She seems more like herself.
We're getting close, Chief.
Well, that was easy.
For choosing the next Divine, you mean? Yeah, I'm ready. I hope...
She stops short, her eyes flashing back, then normal, then black again. She turns away, covering her face.
We shouldn't talk about this now. I'll be...
Thane looks around in wonder, taking it all in.
This is my academy. It's where I did my research. Of course, it was a little less destroyed in my day. No, I was not one to keep drawings by my child in a place of work. And even if I had such things, I fear they would have been destroyed centuries ago. It also looks like someone's refurbished the place. No, there is nothing for me here. Only memories. And the immense power of several deities, of course. I knew it like the back of my hand once. Alas,
Fane holds up a skeletal hand, turning it in the cool light.
I left the back of my hand in a tomb a millennia ago, and much of my memory with it. But I trust you. You have taken us this far. I will follow you the rest of the way.
I left it in a tomb.
So this is the ancient academy of the Eternals.
I suspect it has seen better days.
A bit like yourself.
The Voidwoken rears its head as you approach, its beady eyes looking past you. You glance over your shoulder and see Fane staring at it, transfixed.
You.
The Voidwoken hisses as Fane approaches. It calls him traitor, but it calls him brother too. Fane's drive to uncover the universe's secret saw the Eternals cast into the void. His hubris saw his people turned into Voidwoken. But the Voidwoken offers him a chance to redeem himself, to rejoin his people. If he accepts the God King's covenant, all will be forgiven. The Voidwoken claims that the Eternals can return to this world, that Fane can be home again. The skeleton looks back at you. A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world. All mortals are thieves. You have stolen our world. All the world is ours. We are not the void, mortal. We are of the world. You are of the void. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us everything. We were betrayed by the seven usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the king. You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return, and then we shall cast out the void. Do not resist us. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was before we were betrayed. Because of that betrayal, you exist. Because of what was stolen from us, you exist. Because of the powers we lost, you exist. We will have them back. But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out. If it can, you shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
My people. What have they done to you? This cannot stand. You must be restored.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. Folks will do anything to survive. Who could blame them?
I can understand their anger if not their methods. Revenge should be exact, not indiscriminate.
White-hot pain, fangs sinking in... automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps. A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. There's a part missing. An automaton still and a compartment. The automaton remains.
I can't make heads nor tails of this.
I can understand this reads, "In the footsteps of the Eternals." But what that means remains to be seen.
Looks like a library. Books.
If you want anything read to you, I'd be happy to help.
You are Leonard Rawle. You are a Godwoken and a thief. You keep your secrets well, even from yourself. You are Leonard Rawle, Godwoken, thief. If you can't earn a place in Lucian's shadow, you're going to steal it. You think you'll find advantage in the Forbidden Library. But first you have to steal the keys. Your tutors have one each, but you can't risk getting caught. You'd earn yourself a trip to the Chancellor's chamber, one from which you suspect you would not return. Your best friend, Redulus, was your rival. You knew that he was weak. You made sure the Chancellor knew it too. And while your friend was in the Chancellor's secret room, you stole the capacitor from the Chancellor's own table. But then you heard a noise. You heard the sound of your best friend's murder. You fled. You hid the capacitors you had taken and set out to steal the rest. You were lurking here, plotting, when you were overtaken with a sense of love. You felt at peace. You felt Lucian's hand on your shoulder. You did not feel the sword blade enter your back. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for the spirit source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction. The hunger dies. You pause. Lucian was the Divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the Academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
Oh, why do humans do anything? The man was probably driven mad with power. An Eternal would have no such issues.
Hard to believe the Divine did all that. Hardly worthy of the title, if you ask me.
Even an assassin like myself recoils from a divine rejoicing in slaughter.
Ow! I think I'm missing something here.
Ah! I think I'm missing something here.
The ghost's memories slip easily into your mind. His name is Candor, and he thinks he's ready to ascend. He thinks he can be Godwoken, ready to step up should Lucian lose the war. He's wrong. He'll die. He did die before he even made it to the Chancellor to ask for permission to fight in the Arena of the One. And what's more, he was murdered. You are Candor, and you are, you believe, ready to step up. Your tutors disagree, but you want the Chancellor to hear your case. Instead, you find a man you've never met, a great and powerful sorcerer. And as his shadow falls upon you, you realize that this is Lucian the Divine himself. He gives you a smile of the utmost benevolence and grace, and you realize, as Candor, that you are far from ready. You turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors, but Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. You're Candor the Godwoken, dead by the hand of the Divine. Too late, and with a cry of horror, the spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious to the condition of the room. He turns and offers you a genial smile.
Ah, a new student. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning.
The ghost frowns with confusion, then wags a reprimanding finger at you.
You're new, so I won't report your insolence. But you had better learn some manners if you hope to make use of the gallery. All the powers that a Godwoken needs are documented in these tomes. The gallery is the most important part of the whole academy as far as I'm concerned. I will not allow it to be disrespected.
Oh, come now, surely you must have heard of the gallery. That's the repository for the Godwoken tomes.
I will not allow it. I am Master Tremley, curator of the gallery. I'll be here at your service, of course, as you carry out your studies, but there's time for that yet. I'm closing for the night, as I said. Good. Very good. Now back to the study.
The spirit of a rather...
Ah, I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close...
Oh, come now.
All I will not. I am Master Tremley.
An elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. She gives you a haughty look, then turns away. She freezes in confusion, unable to work out what's happening to her. She turns and looks you in the eye, in horror and in pain. Oblivion glimmers in her eye as she stares into the abyss, and your god shall be barely sated.
I think I'm missing something here. Ah! I think I'm missing something here. Rubbish.
I think I'm missing something here.
Can you use that eternal plate on other armor, or do you need other components? Oh. Oh, okay. That is ridiculous. I do think it's cool how they open though.
You must leave. You cannot win this fight.
Mm-hmm. So many different sizes. Just a pile of bones. Or stones. I guess that makes you a breaker of chains too. I guess that makes you a breaker of chains too. I'll add that to your title when we introduce you. If you, yeah, I was gonna say, that's what happens. Don't you think it's a puzzle?
The automaton remains dormant. The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
Hello, Godwoken.
The automaton peers in close at your face.
You are a fine specimen. Most fine. Your arrival is long overdue. This is the Academy. It is a place of great learning. I am the Seneschal. I serve both those who teach and those who come to learn. Those like you. Allow me to show you. The Academy exists to help unveil the divine from amongst the Godwoken. You must enter the temple, then prove yourself in the Arena of the One. Godwoken should be able to enter without issue. It seems that the Academy has been impeded due to neglect or interference. I appear to have been tampered with. Whoever is responsible may have caused similar damage elsewhere. Apologies, Godwoken. I trust you will be able to overcome any difficulties. It's quite simple. Defeat all others.
Won't budge.
That's cool. What if you electrify those?
Force won't work. Force won't work.
Hmm.